Thank you. Good everyone. I'd like to confirm if I'm being heard. Can you hear me? Thank you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, amazing. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Good evening, Remy. Thank you, Visayo, Bosu. Good evening, everyone. Good evening and happy Valentine. It's another lovely day, and I'm glad to be here once again. Thank you. Thank you, Bitcoin, for the opportunity to finish. How are you? Awesome. Thank you, everyone. So, I think my slide today will be a bit short because I delved into a lot of topics. I think that was on today's Wednesday. So we had discussed a lot of things, and I heard somebody talk about, yes, I stopped at psychology of money, and I think I've gone to almost 2.7. However, we would like to. So my slides is going to be a bit shorter this evening. But before we start, I once again want to say thank you, and I will be grateful to know what are the key things, what are the high points you took away from the last session.
I think it's really interesting what we're learning, but I think to part of that, like the key values of money, that it has to be long lasting, that it must be everything, who's providing it. I think these are great reminders for us to know why we're coming back, right? And why we want to learn of other forms, because maybe not everything makes the so-called fiat money.
Okay, awesome. Bosu, how are you? Happy Valentine. You are the only one wearing red. How are you?
I
Can you
can't hear
tell
you,
me?
Mary. Were you able to hear me?
I was able. You are the only one I've seen a red jacket on, and it's Valentine.
A key takeaway from the last session, and why I would still stick here until the end, right? Is would I say I'm very passionate about Bitcoin, and this is expose people to how Bitcoin can be used, like the ecosystem for one thing. Like Remy was asking, okay, she was like, and how does she use Bitcoin or something? How does it help? And Destiny like mentioned that, oh, there was someone in Tanzania that uses Wavely, and he like puts his album there and all of that. So all of these things, if you're a farmer, I mean, there's a lot of opportunities. Well, stay till the end. I mean, networking. I've gotten to meet you now, Mary. I've gotten to meet
Yes.
Destiny. I'm a developer, so as time goes on, I'll get to meet like more and more people. And
Amazing.
so I'll be able to say, oh yeah, there's a musician I know that's a Bitcoiner in Tanzania. And as we get to carry on with this class, I mean, I'll get to meet more and more people.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm excited to hear this from you. And of course, thank you so much, Remy. This is for networking is very important. I look forward, that's my expectation. I look forward to after we're done with these classes, we've got amazing people. We can just develop a project together and see how we're going to apply Bitcoin knowledge and, paying ourselves with Bitcoin and big clients who can pay us in Bitcoin. So I really am excited to be amongst all of you. Thank you so much, Boss. Take note of that. You are a developer. That's a key one for me. Thank you. So 2.5 psychology of money. Remember, I think I've done this, but I could just start from here as a good soft landing for all of us, because they're just pretty few more slides and we're done for today. And then, of course, we'll ask more questions and we'll get more clarity from Destiny, who are the guru, and Daniel, who are the gurus in this. We are all still learning. So, psychology of money. Centralized scarcity is controlled by a single entity. I think I mentioned it the last time. And that single entity most times is your banks, your financial institutions. like a company, the government, they monitor the control of money. Okay. And once that is done, money becomes a bit scarce. Like I said the last time, we just can't have money flowing everywhere. Then it becomes valueless. Remember, I mentioned it the last time. And I said, liken it to yourself. If you are someone without a scarce skill, I tell you, you will be valueless. So having Bitcoin knowledge gives you that scarce skill, especially in Africa right now. So I like to apply my knowledge to real terms. I like to apply my knowledge to real life scenario. Even though I'm dealing on Bitcoin, but I can apply these same concepts, okay, to me as an individual, to my project, and of course, literally to the Bitcoin knowledge. That's how I think. Okay, so an example of sentence or government entities that may limit its distribution. Now, we're using that as a case study to understand this concept of the psychology of money. I hope that's well understood. Next slide, please. If you have a high time preference, you might choose to receive $100 today because you value having the money now than now more than the benefit of waiting an extra year for just a $10. On the other hand, if you have a low time preference, you prefer to wait for the larger reward because you are more focused on long term planning and has less concern with immediate gratification. So you decide what works for you. Right. But for me, I believe we're all here because we are planning for the long term, isn't it? I believe so. So, psychology of money. So, we have the low and then the high preferences. You can look at it in this diagram. Low, you're thinking about the house, you're thinking about the key, you're thinking about a book. High, and these are the other thoughts. So, these are just what the word psychology means, what's going through your mind. How are you thinking? Why? How do you make decisions? Remember, money is value. People make the wrong choices in life. That's a psychology. You are thinking about the future. You're thinking of how to safeguard your money. You are being strategic minded. You're a business analyst. How do we sustain this business over time using Bitcoin rather than using cash? Or how do I sustain as an artist? How do I have an edge over other artists? The psychology of the mind. Let's move to the next slide. The psychology, the example of this desert example. Remember last Wednesday we started with the desert example where you have water and then you need to finish it or you need to keep it. This means that you might be more inclined to drink all the water right away, even if it means that you won't have anything left for later. This is because the thirst you feel right now is more pressing than the potential thirst you might feel in the future. On the other hand, if you choose to ration the water and drink it slowly over time, you are demonstrating a low time preference. Remember, language, Remy said, low time preference. So I'm going to be asking you, what is the difference between a low time preference and then, of course, a high time preference? This means that you are willing to wait to satisfy your thirst and improve your chances of survival. Do you see? Strategy. That's it. The reason why you will be paid more in a company is because you have a strategic mind. Why do you think artisans are paid less? It's because they're not strategic. So when you have Bitcoin knowledge, you become more strategic. I'm just sharing with you, really like expanding the scope of what we're doing more than just literally reading the wordings in our slide. I like to apply my mind to whatever I'm reading or whatever I'm doing. Okay, strategy. It means that you are willing to wait to satisfy your thirst and improve your chances of survival. This concept is opportunity cost. It's closely related to the idea of scarcity and time preference. Okay, next slide, please. We're going to be talking more about opportunity cost in the next few slides before we round up for today. Opportunity cost now. 2.5 continues. Opportunity cost refers to the value of the next best alternative that you give up when you're making a decision. What do managers do in an organization? Decision making. Okay. What do CEOs do? Decision making. So, as a CEO of your company, of that software company, you need to know what are my opportunity costs if I choose to use Bitcoin. Okay. In transaction, what am I willing to delay to gain later? Or what am I willing to gain now and give up later? Opportunity cost. So every decision involves trades off. The choices today, the choices you make today, look at the orange, buying strawberry, or now spending $7 another way, or later benefiting regularly. That's what later in the course Destiny is going to be teaching us, how do we benefit from Bitcoin? How do you make little monies here and there? These are the several courses that we're going to be doing throughout these 7 weeks, and I really implore you to join in every class. Next slide, please, Destiny. Thank you. The psychology of money continues. In the desert example, what is the opportunity cost of drinking all the water right away? Is the survival benefit you would have gained from rationing the water and use it over a long period of time. Let's say you decide to ration the water and take small sips over a long period of time. As a result, you have the energy and hydration you need to search for more water. I like the content of this because I'm dealing with younger minds, and young people are more innovative. You're willing to take chances. Do you see? Even you being on this course today is taking chances. Because by the time some of my colleagues will begin to talk to you about some of the narrations in Bitcoin, some of the misconception, right? But you decided to make the choice to be here to learn more rather than to say, oh, no, I don't want to know anything about Bitcoin. I think those people are fraudsters. Hey, the world will soon pass you by. Do you see? But that's why we're here. The choices we are making on daily basis. However, while you are searching, you come across a cutters that has a small amount of water inside. It is not a lot, but it's enough to quench your thirst for the moment. If you had decided to drink all the water at once, you might not have the energy to search for more water and come across the cactus. Next slide, please. I'm going to be tying up all this knowledge together. I'm going to be tying up everything we're discussing together and bring it in a plainer term so that you can understand even deeper. Continuation of psychology of money. In this case, the opportunity cost of drinking all the water, remember water as a case study right now, at once would have given you the chance to find the cactus and get more hydration. This example illustrates how opportunity cost involves not just an immediate trace-off between two options, but also the potential future opportunities that may be gained or lost as a result of our choices. So these are some of the case studies we bring. I train a lot of executives. So you need to give them the reason why they should make certain financial decisions. Are we together? So you need to use scenarios like, what is our opportunity cost? What is our strategy? What is our long-term gain? What is our short-term gain? When we make certain organizational decision to transit from using our card on this project, on this program, and using Bitcoin. Why Bitcoin? Why cryptocurrency? Would it be safe? These are the things we're trying to tie up in the psychology of money, the reason why people make the choices they make in life. So our willingness to give up a larger reward in the future in exchange for a smaller reward now is influenced by our time preference, or how much we value immediate gratification versus long-term planning. Now, for me, and I'm going to throw that question for each and every one of you. I believe so much in long-term planning. I do. I believe that the future is bigger than my today. My tomorrow is bigger than, so when I go into certain courses, when they might not be very popular to my friends, to my colleagues, believe in long-term planning. So I'm looking at my opportunity because what am I delaying today to gain tomorrow? Next slide, please. And bring it as low as we can so that we all, when we're done, we can all now begin to discuss how does this really relate to you and the choices you are making, and even how you're going to be using Bitcoin in future. The psychology of money continues. In this chapter, we explored the fundamental concepts of money. What are the fundamental concepts of money? The function of money, the type of money. I hope you remember. Those were the things we did last Wednesday. These are fundamentals, things you must know and use the exact words. That makes us know that you are learning. So, covering these definitions, do you see? Business decision, focusing on the concepts like scarcity. Scarcity adds to value, time preference, and trades off. This exploration laid the groundwork for comprehending the complicated nature of money and its roles in. I was even enjoying. Thank you so much. So, yes, that's the psychology of money. How businesses make decisions, how governments makes decisions, how money is centralized and how money is controlled, how money brings about scarcity of resources. Do you see? This is the psychology of money. Today is Valentine, so we really don't have to stay so much. We still have enough. We still need to meet up with our loved ones, and but I think it's been a good run for me, and I want to share. I want to open the floor to more intriguing additions. I like to hear what you think about psychology. If you were the CEO of your company or you're starting up a company, what are the certain decisions you're going to be making, for your company using what we have learned so far and what is going on in the world today? How will you balance the use of Bitcoin, maybe the use of card, use of cash, and all that you have learned so far in this class? Thank you, people, and do open up your mics and let's begin to talk. Thank you. Or do you want me to call names? Destiny, do you have anything to say? Thank you, Busu. Thank you. Do you have anything to say? Why are you
No,
smiling?
no, carry on, carry on. You're doing it's very
Okay,
awesome.
okay. So I just want to hear from us. I've rounded up my slides. I think I really covered a lot during the first class. I didn't even know that I had covered a lot. We took an extra
Yeah.
15 minutes, which was fine. And then I've already covered this. So let me just hear your intakes about this chapter. What do you understand by psychology of money? How does it relate to you? How does it relate to the type of decisions you see yourself making? Put yourself, put on your futuristic, innovative cap right now. What kind of choices will you be making in the future? And just share with us whatever you think you've learned so far in this chapter. Thank you. I leave the floor to everyone now. Thank you. Anyone wants to say something? Where is Dennis? Dennis?
Yes.
Hey, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, happy Valentine. Do you want to say
Mm,
something? Let's learn something from you.
okay. I think from my side, what I have understood is that you can't avoid the future by not thinking about it right now. Think we need to know we need to have a plan of how we manage our money, for the future. Yeah.
Awesome, Dennis. Absolutely. And I believe you'll be making even more intriguing and amazing financial decisions, by the time we're done with this class. Amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that Busayo?
Yeah. Good
Hey,
evening. Good
hi.
evening.
How are
Fine.
you?
I'm fine. I'm doing well. Thank you
Good,
so much
good. Can we hear
for
from
that
you?
session.
Thank you.
Okay, so far about the psychology of money, I've
Mm-hmm.
learned about how to make judicious use of our resources because in
Mm-hmm.
psychology of money, we learned about scarcity that for money is not something that is just unlimited. So getting to know how to plan with like plan how we make use of our resources. So there are trade-offs like we focus more on our long-term goals, not just
Mm-hmm.
for our immediate satisfactions. And
Yes.
so for me, I've learned about that like based on what you've explained. So we look
Mm-hmm.
at also the time preference like the long term and the high is it the long, okay maybe
Yeah, low,
then
low and
okay for me
high.
main
Yes, yes.
yeah okay yeah the low end and the high, sorry about that. Then for me my main take home is about under opportunity cost like
Mm-hmm.
looking more about at the long term goals. So if I'm a CEO, I will not just consider what I want to achieve now. I'll look at the long
Wow.
term goals. And I also, since we learned about Bitcoin, so we'll learn how to maybe invest more in Bitcoins and not just focus on
Absolutely.
the physical cash. Well, so that's it. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. You're already talking like a CEO. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, that's beautiful. Very strategic. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm not seeing other people on the call. I like to see Ken. How are you? Hi, Ken. You want to say something? Hello, Ken. Hi, Ken. Okay, Ken, I don't know if you can hear me, but I can go to Faith. Faith, how are you? Faith? Okay, Wisdom. Can we hear from Wisdom? Sorry, team, you just have to be alive when you're on the call. Okay? Wisdom, have you left the call?
Since he just left.
Okay, he just left. Ifoma.
Good evening.
Good evening. Hi. Happy Valentine.
Happy Valentine's Day.
So let's hear from you. What has been your take on this chapter?
Should I say investment decision
Okay.
and the site of buying and hodling?
Okay.
I don't know, like to continue to buy Bitcoin for the future,
Mm-hmm.
stacking and all that.
Absolutely. That's the psychology of money. Continue to buy, continue to invest. The future is bigger than today. Thank you, Ify. Amazing. Thank you. Okay. Wisdom, that's fine. We understand. Wisdom says, sorry, I was in transit. That's very okay. Thank you, Zach. Zach, hi. Just a few seconds and I leave the floor to Bitcoin African Story to round up for us. Zach, can you
Uh,
speak? Hi.
no, that's Bosun.
Okay, that's Bosu. Okay, that's Bosu. Bosu, do you still want to say something? And I go to Mr. Kivet, you on the call with us today. If you can just
Okay.
share with us any of your takeaways so far.
Okay.
Bosu, do you
Just
still
looking
want to
at,
say something?
yes. So just looking at the screen we have on display right now, talking about opportunity cost.
Yes.
If anyone here like tracked the price of Bitcoin when it grew from say about 60K to
Mm-hmm.
about what is sitting at right now, say 100K
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. If you
Mm-hmm.
bought, even if you bought a few sats back then, right, it would have been like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
this one's not like so much. But
Yeah.
right now, if you look at it, right, the price is definitely double, or it's grown. Like if you look at your portfolio, you'll be like, oh, my Bitcoin has grown a bit. So it still trickles down to this word called opportunity cost. Like imagine the strawberry juice here was like Bitcoin when you bought it at 60K, and
Mm-hmm.
let's say it grew over some time, or you didn't just care about it, but
Mm-hmm.
now later, like you're benefiting because the cost is 100K or something. Like your
Mm-hmm.
portfolio grew a bit. So Bitcoin, if you ask me, is just the way to go. Not just even in, it's not a get rich quick scheme. Like if you ask me,
Absolutely. That's the psychology of money we're talking about. Thank you, Bosu.
yes,
Absolutely. Continue,
it's not,
please.
it's not a get rich quick scheme. So it's something we're going to gradually transition into
Transit
using.
to.
Yes, so we're going to leave this paper money. I'm very
Mm-hmm.
sure of it as time
Mm-hmm.
goes on, because Bitcoin is like backed by, I don't know, like the trust. People have trust in the system over like paper money. Anyways,
Absolutely.
before I
Absolutely.
drift off far too much, that was just about opportunity costs, and
Yes.
maybe a little bit about scarcity there. I think Busayo was talking about scarcity. So right now, Bitcoin, as we know it, has like 21 million coins that would only ever be mined, and right now we've got like 19 million. So if you are not making, if you 19 million coins have been mined, 19 million Bitcoin coins have been mined. If you're not making smart decisions right now about
Mm-hmm.
actually stacking, hodling, buying, mining, then in I don't know, I mean, like in the later phase of when Bitcoin has all been mined, you will be in the scarcity period. Now you'll be looking for
Yes.
Bitcoin at a very high price when
Hi.
you should have bought
Absolutely.
at a low price. So those are just my 2 cents. Thank you very much.
Hey, Bosu, you are a Bitcoin consultant, man. You are good, bro. Absolutely. Those were very strategic points you had just brought out now. So we are so amazingly opportuned to be in this trading at this time, because this is the psychology of money we just discussed. We are discussing about making smart decisions, just like Busayo said, and of course, Kemi said, making smart decisions for the future. And by the time Bitcoin becomes pretty scarce, just like we discussed in some of the fundamental class we had last week, then at the end of the day, it becomes pretty high. But by then, we who are already exposed to Bitcoin, we already know the concept, we already know why, and we're already investing long-term choices. We're already investing in Bitcoin. So those are amazing points you just rose there. Thank you. You just mentioned that. Thank you, everyone. It's been an amazing time talking to every one of you. I'm gonna miss you in other classes. I will be there to continue learning. As we speak, as we talk, we are learning from each other. So these are my closing words. Let's continue in this momentum. Do not allow this momentum to die. It's at 7 weeks. So we're going to look at your tenacity. We're going to look at you, pushing through your power names. Okay, I wanted to tell you, my name is Marvelous Mary. So anything I do, I want to do it well. I want to understand it well. I want to work on it, and people will marvel to say, "Oh, how did you get this knowledge?" So please, team, try as much as possible to be consistent. Already, you've been here today on such an important day. Mine is Lucky Gemini. Ah, I like that. Thank you. Awesome. So please, as we continue as a family, bring up your power names and let's see you execute those power names in this process. It's 7 weeks, people. So we are going to be enjoying ourselves. We're learning from each other. But so I see you. I will be needing your services very soon. Okay. I'm going to get in touch with you. I love you guys. Take care. Bitcoin African Story. You're doing a good job. God bless you, people. And see you on top. Okay. See you on top. Thank you, Destiny. Over to you. Thank you. Thank you, Bosu. Daniel, is Destiny
Yeah,
still on call?
yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Thank you so much. Bosun, this is actually a great contribution, and thank you so much,
Yes,
Mary.
yes, yes. Everyone's contribution was so awesome. Thank
Yeah,
you.
everyone's contribution was actually epic, from Remy down to Busayo, down to everyone. I really enjoyed this contribution, and
This
we also
cohort is on fire. This
true,
cohort is amazing.
true. Even the way Informa is was using some Bitcoin terms like stacking,
I'm telling
ordering.
you, I'm like, whoa, we are gonna run on this cohort.
Yeah,
Amazing. We have people who are really passionate. They know why they are here. So this really makes it very amazing for us.
yeah,
Thank you guys.
that's very awesome. We also want to thank our honorable Coach Mary. We want to thank you so much. The knowledge
Thank
you
you.
passed across
Thank
is
you.
actually very, very amazing, plus the motivation also. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate you. And if there's one thing I want to add, as Bosun has said, it remains about like 1 million BTC to be mined. But
Mm-hmm.
the bitter truth there is that we are still early, just as most Bitcoiners says, because not all nation state has adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender.
Absolutely.
Not all corporation has actually adopted Bitcoin as its reserve. Not all country has adopt Bitcoin as its own reserve currency. So we are still early though, and don't look at it. What will what make Bitcoin increase its value or our value? Okay, we'll come to that very soon. So don't think you are too late, or don't think that because Bitcoin has is like 16 years ago, it's like a trend
Mm.
that would go down. No, Bitcoin is something that actually scales up. As we look at this graph, let me share this graph. You can see right from the beginning, the price was very small at May 20, 2016.
Are you sharing your screen, Destiny?
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen.
We can
Uh,
see. Can we? Am I the only one who's not
I can
seeing?
see. I can see his
yeah.
You
screen.
can see. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, try
Okay.
zooming out. Okay, try zooming out first, whether you can see. Okay,
Okay.
as you can
Okay.
see, as you can see, from May 6, 2016, the price was at 453 USD per Bitcoin, down till today, which is at 96,000 dollar for one Bitcoin. So the price of Bitcoin is actually going up. And as you can see, at some point it was at um 19,000, then it came down to 3,000, then it comes up to 57, then it went down to 22. So Bitcoin is volatile, and there's still time. People project Bitcoin price to reach at least 1 million USD per Bitcoin. So the thing I'm trying to share is that you are never too late. You can start by using your skill to acquire Bitcoin. That's the most easiest way to actually acquire Bitcoin. Use your skill you already have. Maybe you are working for a big firm. You can ask them, please, can you pay me my money in Bitcoin? I would love to accept Bitcoin for that. You can also incorporate Bitcoin in what you're doing. Maybe you have a small shop, you sell like pure water, you sell biscuits. You can actually say, I accept Bitcoin. So people around, or let me say even forex traders, can actually come and patronize you because they've interacted with Bitcoin in one way or the other. In fact, you're even attracting more more customer base to your business by accepting Bitcoin on its own. And there are some visibility sites you can put your business up to, so that if foreign Bitcoiners come over to Nigeria or come over to where you're staying, they can actually locate you and spend their sats with you. So all this will be uncovered as we are going further. But the idea there is that this is a 7 weeks learning program. It is not for you to get rich easily. I mean, get rich fast. Don't expect that you become a billionaire. No, it's for you to shape your knowledge and make you and help you make informed decision on how you can go forward. And also, someone like me, when I was, let me give my own story base. While I was also in a course like in a program like this, I before I even finish this kind of program, only place you can store truth. Yeah, before I finish, let me give my own personal story. So I was in a program like this, and I was also like a student, like everyone here. But I had this mindset that okay, this knowledge won't be used in vain. I don't want to make this like I don't want to just stay at level zero even when I'm done. So I started making moves. I started using my skill, which is writing. I incorporate Bitcoin to it, and before I even graduate from a course like this, I've begin earning some sats even as a student. So you all can also incorporate Bitcoin and also earn sats. Bosun has shared with us like in his knowledge on how you can earn sats by playing games. So there are a lot of things we all can do. Bitcoin and Bitcoin can come to us. So don't expect it to be like um very easy. It's not going to be very easy. This is like a commitment, and as we've said earlier, your certificate is like your proof of work. You can use your certificate to actually maybe reach out to some Bitcoin companies and like, okay, I am a Bitcoiner. This is my proof of work here. I'd love to work with you. I am a graphic designer. I am a copywriter. I am a research writer. I am a project manager. I am a software developer. At least your certificate would be like, yeah, you've actually committed your time to learn Bitcoin. So this is going to be an extremely insightful journey. And you're not just going to hear Bitcoin in my perspective, you're going to hear Bitcoin in the perspective of other people, like people like
Absolutely.
Gabe Lord, people like Blaze from South Africa, Gabe Lord from US, people like Burkan from Italy, people like Dan, a Nigerian, people like there are other people too, people like Glenn also from South Africa. So we all should just stay tuned and always keep in mind that Bitcoin is for everyone. You are not late. The one out of the 1 million Bitcoin that is left to be mined, your share is still in there. So just keep on learning and let us and definitely we are going to go far with our knowledge. So that's what I have for everyone. And I really love the contribution. I really love how the class is actually going. This is very inspiring to see, and to also see everyone learning Bitcoin is a thing of joy. So thank you all. I really appreciate you all. So I also want to touch down on something. We have our quiz. So most of us are not yet done with their quiz. Mind you, this quiz is not to grade your knowledge. It is just to engage. So you can know that yes, you are actually paying attention and actually understanding what our coach, our tutors, our teachers are actually telling us. So please please, the quiz is going to be helpful for you. If you are doing your quiz very well, it will reflect on your test, because we did something that we know that if you're actually doing your quiz, the test wouldn't be very hard for you. So just engage with the quizzes, and make sure that you also follow our coach. Our coach is Mary. I will paste a Twitter link in the community group, so you all can also follow her. Feel free to engage with her. Feel free to like let her know more about you, and maybe the connection can go up from there. As she said earlier, she's a project manager. She's actually a great woman, so don't let her go. Don't let this opportunity seize. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Destiny. Thank you for having me, and thank you everyone for paying attention. Thank you for your amazing contribution. I also want to thank you that the class wasn't boring, and I'm looking forward to engaging with every one of you in future. We are a family, and I'm excited that young people in Africa we're beginning to be very diversified in our knowledge. Thank you so much, and do have a pleasant evening. Happy Valentine once again, and be safe. Thank you.
Yeah, everyone, have an happy Valentine. So we are going to share Mary's Twitter handle on our group. So just do it to stay tuned, and you will make sure you follow her. Follow her. Make sure you follow Mary. She's still new on Twitter. Let us show her the love and support. Let us follow her up and let us see how far we network and grow in this space. So thank you so much for joining. Have a great and wonderful evening, morning, afternoon.
Thank you.
Yeah, God bless
Thank
you
you,
guys.
Wisdom. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kivet.
Here to you.